Rookies don't win, man. Rookies don't win.
See about that.
Good morning. It's my 3 a.m. dryer check here. Phil called me last night a little after 11. Said he heard a ticking in our wet leg, our big leg. And so he was taking stuff apart and had to shut the dryer down and wasn't sure if it was going to be running. When I got up at 2:45, the dryer was running, so clearly he figured out what it was and fixed it. And let me tell you, Phil prevented a catastrophic failure on our leg. I don't know what happened with this bolt, but this is one of the bolts that holds the buckets to the belting, and it was loose, and it had bent the head of it over, and it was ticking on the trunking on the wet leg. He found it, replaced the bolt, replaced all 4 bolts on that bucket, and started everything back up. We seemed to be good. That one could have been bad. Thanks, Phil. So just doing the dryer calibration, watching everything to make sure it's all running okay, and everything looks okay to me. We still got 2 lights on the wet bin. Time to go back to bed. Good morning again. Got to the farm. The wet bin is just about empty. No lights on. It's still running, so I haven't run out of corn yet. I'm gonna let it run out. But we should be able to get going shelling here relatively early this morning. That's a good thing. That tractor being parked there, however, is not a good sign. That looks like a bearing on a disc again. Another one, huh? At least it's easy to get to. Take it off the yeah. Alright. So we take off this big nut. Take that off. Let me take this blade off. And then we can get to this bearing. We'll put that stand in there to hold the rest of the gang up. Take those 2 bolts out. Put a new bearing in. Right there. And away we go again. Definitely missing something in there. Alright, new one's up there. It was the one on the other end of this gang that we changed down to Berkey a few weeks ago. Yeah, I'll talk about these bearings in a minute. So I've talked about that disc before, but if you haven't seen it or you're new, that's a Landau vertical tillage disc. We put new blades, bearings in that disc a year and a half ago in the spring, so it's basically run 2 seasons. But the bearings that we got were absolute garbage. We got them from a third-party company, the same company we bought the blades from. They sold them serrated blades that we kind of wanted to try, so that's where we got them, and we got the bearings with them. And let's see, there is 2, 4, 6, 12, 24 bearings on that disc. I bet we've replaced somewhere between 6 and 10 of them in 2 years. Some of them didn't even make it out of last spring. I'm not very happy with them. So we know how to do it. We've gotten good at it. We changed that bearing in 10 minutes. Fortunately, they're fairly easy to do once you have the right tools, which we now have. So anyway, that's the end of that. Our dryer is just about out of wet corn. Phil is concerned about the gearbox on our wet leg. So looks like we get to climb the leg this morning and go check that out and see what we can figure out. And we find ourselves at the top of the leg again. Phil's concerned about this gearbox because 2 reasons. That seal has pushed out on both sides of this, and we aren't sure why. It's not leaking, so I don't know what to do about it, but we just want to make sure that nothing's blowing up on us before something catastrophic happens. So I'm going to take some plugs out, look at the oil level, and see. Just make sure everything's okay, I guess. Alright, well, oil level is good. I took that plug out on there. I'm surprised how much that moved. It's set, it's running smooth. Nothing's wiggling or wobbling, which gives me more confidence that it's okay. You can hear a little bit of noise to it, but it's not bad. So I think what we're gonna do is run it. We're gonna try and finish harvest.
You used to try to push that inside seal back in, do you? I don't think it'll stay in.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you're gonna get anything to stay, or it's just gonna come right back out.
On the outside, what can push it in?
Yeah, so I think we're just gonna let it run, and it's a little warm here, but it's not horrible. But anyway, I think if we can finish harvest and then try and get it down and take it somewhere to look at it, maybe there's a bearing going bad. I don't really know, but it's not out yet. Otherwise, it would be making a horrible noise, and it's not. So we're gonna try and finish. All right, so I climbed up the dry leg, the tall one, to the very tippy top here, about 120 feet-ish. And I noticed all these fines laying on the ground. I wanted to come up and see if this gearbox was warm and just check everything up here. But I noticed these fines laying on here, so I started looking at our transition and noticed there are some holes right here. And so then I took this cover off, and there's a lining in there that is wearing out, and the bolts are gone. So not critical right at the moment. We can finish, but that's gonna have to get addressed for next year. What is that? Oh, airplane right above me. But anyway, this does show you how the leg works a little bit. You can see the buckets there. They come over the top, and then the grain kind of falls out that way and goes down the hole into the distributor and then down the pipes. So again, something that needs addressed, but not critical. So we're gonna put her back together and run it. And while we're here, we're gonna grease the leg bearings because we're here. And so we like to do that with the on it. Start it up. Just check everything, make sure it all looks and sounds okay. We'll pump some grease into those bearings, and then we can go down. All right, everything's greased. Time to head back down. One quick look around because we're here, and you know, it's pretty. Sunshine, beautiful views. All right, time to go. Well, I know it's not a huge height difference, but after being up there, it feels downright safe on this one. Yeah. You'll notice that these guy cables that kind of anchor the leg, those are the top ones on this leg. So everything from there up is just freely supported by the trunking of the leg, and it wobbles. It wobbles a lot. This one's a lot more solid and stable and doesn't go anywhere. While we're up here, there's the patch that they welded on yesterday. Was that just yesterday? 2 days ago. So that'll work for now, temporarily. You can see this pipe right there is the one coming from the top leg, and the way the grain shoots right down through there. That's why we're holding it. Clearly, we need to figure something better out. Safely back on the ground. Time to go shell corn. Let's get the combine and the grain cart moved. Shelling corn. Okay, so we got a couple of smaller fields here around this house, and this is all replant corn. The whole field, we tore these out, started over and replanted them. Once we get these two done, there's like 30 acres here. There's another 65 right down the road. It's all part of this same farm here. So we're gonna work on this one first and see how it goes. We've got to kind of open up all the way around this house because there's not a good spot to get trucks out of here other than at the house. So, and then we got to go get the grain cart and the trucks, all that good stuff. Okay, well, we finally got this field opened up and everything moved, and the truck's here, or at least one truck, and Phil will bring the other one when he gets it emptied. So we can get something done here. Then, like I said, there's not much here. I've already got 5 acres done in this field. There's 12 to go, and then there's another field across the lane over there that I've got like 4 acres done, and I think there's 11 to go or something like that. I don't know. So this one won't take us very long. It's decent corn. Some of it's decent corn. It's not decent corn here. Ouch. Ouch. That's really bad, but we're averaging in the 160s, so there's good corn here somewhere. Kind of on a sand ridge right here. It's much better down in the low ground back there. I told you there was some decent corn out here, though. It's not even irrigated. You can see how this field is kind of a pain to get trucks in and out. So we kind of park them in the back of the house lot, and it's uphill, and that's the only driveway that we can actually get trucks in and out. And we can't get any of the other equipment in and out of that driveway because there are low power lines between the buildings in there. So there's 2 other driveways. They're very, very steep up to the road, so we can come down with the combine and the grain cart and stuff, but we can't get trucks up out of them. The one's actually the neighbor's driveway anyway. So this field's kind of a pain. Also, the roads kind of run everywhere in this particular one. Oh, look. Now we need to change our scale a little bit, don't we? We're still set up from the irrigated field. Let's make this 200. Let's make this 140. Except, yeah, now it looks a little better. Definitely a ridge in there that's no good, but some of this low ground is doing quite well. Alright, well, I'm almost done with this field. I couldn't quite get it all on the combine. We got just a little bit left here in the corner. It got better down here. I think it got worse too, but field average 168.8. That's alright. For 100% replant, we'll take that. I also had a little visitor. My seed care rep from Syngenta stopped by, brought me a check for some of the replant seed that I did, and a bag of snacks. So thanks to him. Awesome. That looks good. Last me the rest of harvest? Nah, probably not. It'll last me today and tomorrow maybe. But anyway, we're gonna finish this little bit, and then we're gonna jump across there and finish that, and then we gotta move. Found some tall stuff here. Look at that. Tall as the combine. Decent. It's long-lived trees. That's why I was trying to outcompete them, so it was getting taller for the sunlight. As soon as we get past the trees, short corn. We're down to about 3 acres to go in here, but I'm still doing end rows, trying to wrap it up here. So decent corn, 170. It's what I figured it might be. All right, got this field done. Oh, I don't remember how many acres we did in that one over there. Technically 2 different fields here, but there was 11.2, 11 and a quarter here, 165. Fell off a little bit when I did end rows. Trees, the dang trees. I'm not sure if this is all gonna fit on that grain cart or not, but we're gonna try it, and then we gotta move to the next field down the road. Okay, I'm trying to get this one here opened up. There's about 65 acres total in 2 fields over here. This first one is about 39 or so, the rest to the north there. So we got to get stuff moved over here. Phil's bringing a truck. I got another guy here that's going to help us out a little bit here this afternoon. I'll tell you more later, I guess. You may or may not remember this field from this spring for 2 reasons. One, this is one of the fields where we finished up side dressing with that John Deere and Hydrus bar. 2, it is 100% replant again, just like the last one we were into. But 3, and the big reason, is this is the field that had all of those volunteer soybeans. You remember I was disking some beans down that we had a cover crop in here last year that we were not allowed to harvest for government reasons, and so we ended up with standing beans that were planted as a cover crop last year in prevent plant ground that was super thick, and when we disked them down, all the beans, the seed grew, and we had just a mat of soybeans, volunteer soybeans out here. So when we replanted, we tore all those beans out, sprayed them, killed them, planted the corn. Looks decent out here. We'll see. I don't know if this corn's gonna be any good or not, but we're gonna get it. All right, so this field is longer. I think these are half-mile rows over here for a little bit at least till we get behind the buildings, but we can't make rounds is what I'm thinking. So we've got a run our grain cart here, and I've got a local guy, neighbor, kid, whatever you want to call him. His name's Brock. He actually used to be one of my basketball players when I coached basketball at the local high school where I live. That's been quite a number of years ago now. And he watches my videos here and has been asking or kind of talking about wanting to drive tractor for us a little bit. So he texted me today, asked if we needed any help, and so he's here because I do need help. Ben's busy today. So we're training a little bit on the fly, and hopefully everything will go smoothly. We'll see here, but he's gonna run grain cart for me this afternoon. All right. We are breaking in a new grain cart driver here. First time unloading on the go, so we're going to do a little teaching. All right, you see them 2 rows from my tires got smashed down? Those are the ones you're going to straddle.
What speed do you harvest at?
We're going to be 5 to 5.5 miles an hour. I'm guessing you're going to need to be in 8th or 9th gear. Get pulled up here beside me and I'll get you set up. What are you looking at on your display?
The tractor?
Yeah, that display. Is there, is it the auto steer page or is it the scale page?
Auto steer.
Okay, so you should be pretty close to where you need to be in line. Looking ahead of you, are you relatively close?
It's like it's over this tire over here, this rear one.
No, I understand, but is the tractor physically in the right spot? All right, so you see the button that's got 2 arrows pointing towards the line, towards each other?
Yes.
Push that button. That shifts your guidance line to center it wherever you are. Okay? If you need to nudge it left or right, that's what the other 2 arrows do.
Can I take it in inches?
Yeah, it should be in like 2 or 4 inches every time you push the button. Okay? Now there's going to be a button with a steering wheel on it that says steer off, probably right underneath it. Push that button to turn steer on. Okay? Now on your armrest, there's a button that says auto with a steering wheel. See that?
It's A with a gear around it.
Alright, might be that one. You probably got to be in gear and moving, but when you push that, it engages the auto steer. Alright, we're going to go slow here. Got it engaged? Seems alright. You can't touch the steering wheel once you engage it.
It still says off.
Okay, hold on, stop. When you push that button on the display, does it say on? Now it does, okay. Now what happens when you hit that auto steer button? It should turn green with an A in it, and you should hear a noise.
Yes, it does.
Okay, let's try that. Teach it. Good? Alright, now let's get your speed increased here a little bit. Let's shoot for 4.5 right now.
4.2, 4.3.
Alright, you just stay constant and I will control chart for where I'm at from here. Yeah, you look like you're in the rows pretty good. Alright. We're doing it. We're doing it. Look at him. He's doing it. He's doing it slow, but he's doing it, and that's a good thing. That means he's taking it careful and learning, and he's doing just fine. I'll be a little close to the trunk, but not hitting anything. He's good. All right, well, there's a wet hole in the center of this farm that we had to work around, so I got the stuff in front of it done. Now it's time to go to the back and do some back end rows. Too wet this spring. Too wet. And then there's the trees thing there. Yeah. Oh well. Like, how does that? How? I'm not even gonna leave the head down. How does corn even grow like that? There's nothing here. Well, my new grain cart operator is doing a pretty darn good job. He's taking direction well. However, it looks like he's going to try and beat me at the light game. Rookies don't win, dude. Turn your lights on. Maybe he just doesn't know where the light switch is. Maybe that's why he hasn't turned the lights on. Hey, you know where the light switch is at, right?
We ain't playing that game now.
Rookies don't win, man. Rookies don't win.
See about that.
You're too close. Shift away from me.
I knew you were going to say something.
Pretty nice sunset again tonight. We got the dust hanging in the air. Some of that's on my windshield, some of it's actual dust. But pretty sunset. This corn's it's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. We're in the 140s. Look at them colors.
After this tilted, you'll be full.
At some point, light game becomes a safety issue. He's supposed to beat me. There he is. So we're gonna have to cave here. But I can't see much, so there we go. You win, rookie. Ugh. Alright guys, I've decided that I'm in a good spot to do a live stream, so I'm getting ready to jump on that here. Hopefully you caught it. If you're not, go back and watch it. But anyway, it's going to be a while before I check back in with you guys. So we're doing good here. We've got 22 acres done in this field. There's about 16 left, 16 and a half. And then we jump across there. I don't know what's in that other field, 28, something like that. So I don't think we're going to get this done tonight, but we're doing good. We should get pretty close, which is awesome. That gets us that much closer to maybe being able to finish. It's not going to happen tomorrow. There's no way. I mean, we could get it shelled, but we aren't going to be able to get rid of the corn. So probably Sunday or Monday at this point. That's a good thing. But anyway, I'll see you in a little while. All right, well, I just finished my live stream here a few minutes ago. My apologies if you were watching at the end there and I just cut out. I got a phone call from the guy running the grain cart because the battery on the handheld walkie-talkie radio died because we're using our backup tractor that doesn't have the built-in radio. And so I answered that, and then I lost service, and it didn't come back, and it just ended. So sorry about that, but we had a good one. Lots of good questions, lots of support. I appreciate the couple of super chats. Thank you guys so much for all your support over the last few days here. It means a ton to me. But anyway, we're opening up Endros in the second field here. We've only got about 22 acres to do here. It is 7:44. We could get this done tonight. Phil's falling behind trucking, so we may have to stop because of that, but we're doing really good today. Well, my rookie's still doing a pretty good job. His radio died, so we had to get him Phil's, swap him out, but he's kept up pretty good. Ugh, I'm getting tired, guys. 9 o'clock. We are having a heck of a day, at least acres wise. We've only got 9.5 acres to go in this field, which means by the end of this we will have done over 90 acres today, because we're gonna finish this. Phil's struggling to keep up hauling, but I think if he gets back here one more time we'll be able to finish, and that's good. Problem is it's not very good corn. It's falling off over here, getting worse. Watch how much my yield monitor varies. It goes all the way down to 64, 55. Then we get down into here in some of this better corn, and it starts climbing. 172, 176, 182, 183, 184, 86. We're not topping out in the 200s here, but that's a 120, 130 bushel swing in the same pass. It's just, but this field's not, the average is not good. We are gonna make it. We're down to under 4 acres to go. I'm pretty sure we've got enough room on the grain cart and the combine, if not just the grain cart, to get all the rest of this harvested. We've got some more end rows to do, believe it or not, with just 3.5 acres to go. But that's good. That's a good day. It's a good day. Well, we got it done. How about that? Oh, awesome. So cool. I'm gonna finish topping off the cart, see if I can top off that truck at all. Hopefully get the combine empty, which it's full now by the constantly flashing light there, you can tell. So I don't know that I'm gonna get the combine empty, but if we can, great. If not, whatever. And then I'm gonna take the truck home. We're gonna leave the other stuff here in the field, and we'll come tomorrow morning with an empty truck and get the corn off the grain cart so we can get moved. Did not all fit in the truck, in the grain cart. Oh well. Parking it. You gonna be on YouTube? I guess. I'll have to blur your face out if you say no. Thanks for your help. No, you did good. Alright, well, you didn't quite adequately get to meet Brock there, but it sounds like he might be around tomorrow to help us finish up there, or at least do something tomorrow. So, that's good. I appreciate him helping. That was a big help today. We would not have gotten this done without running the grain cart like that. So, yeah, I'm going to take this truck back to the farm, and we'll wrap things up there. Look at that. We turned 750,000 miles on this truck on that trip home. Hitting all the landmarks in the trucks this fall. We turned 600,000 on the Columbia. No, the Cascadia. Alright, so I'm trying to convince Phil to let the dryer run tonight. We don't have a ton of wet corn in the wet bin. There's only 2 lights on, which is good. But we need it to be empty in the morning in order to finish shelling tomorrow. So we're going to try and let it run. We do have a bunch of dry corn, or corn we need to haul in yet to fill our contract. So we were kind of thinking maybe we should not dry tonight and save it to dry into the overhead so we can haul it in, so we don't have to just suck it right out of the bin. But I want to get this done, so we're gonna let it keep going. But I gotta check the bin to make sure we got enough room to let it run overnight. Looks like we got enough room. There's 2 rings in the high spot here, 2.5 or 3 in the lower spot, so we're good. All right, it's late, so I'm not gonna drag this out. So have a great night, everybody. We're gonna try and shell and finish shelling corn tomorrow. We're gonna try really hard. We have 75 acres to go. It's a long move. It's almost a 20-mile move from where the stuff sets right now. But we'll get there and we'll see how we can do. The issue is gonna be getting the corn away and keeping stuff segregated like we need it to. But anyway, have a great night. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Watch me tomorrow.